Yeah, because as we know, usually Fed cuts aren't a surprise. So usually building up to any Fed meeting, uh, it's usually already built into the pricing. So we don't see a lot of movement on our end. But yes, it will get the phone to ring. We will just got to keep our eyes on it because it looks like the next, 8 months, it's going to be Jerome Powell against Donald Trump. And the president feels that he's having rates too high. The Fed thinks they're doing the right thing. It's why there's kind of the separation there. No one can control either side. And it's, you might like it, you might hate it. It's how our system is. And right now, rates are still sticking in that mid-6 range. But I will say it's better than the 7 range we saw earlier this year. So the talk of tariffs is going to inflate everything and tariffs are bad. So far, we haven't seen that yet. So far, under Donald Trump, we've seen rates trickle down a little bit. Now, was it this grand, great, amazing year so far that he was telling us? No, not necessarily, but things haven't gotten worse. And I think that's what I'm looking at is I'd rather have 6.5 than 7. And we're hopeful we can get a little bit lower, but I think everyone on the screen is a realist and isn't expecting a major drop in rates anytime soon.
No, I don't think a rate drop's coming, especially not this week. We've already seen rates come down where we've seen them go up a little bit. So I definitely don't think that we're going to see anything this week on that front. But again, we're always hopeful. We're in this business. We want to see those rates go down so we can help more people and get better deals for these financing deals. But realistically, I don't see it going down by more than 0.5% for the whole rest of the year.
Right.
That would be the top line right there, I think. So again, we're at 6.75, 0.5%. They don't directly correlate, but I still don't see us getting into the 5s before the end of 2025.
No, I'm with you there, Tom. I'm with you. Go ahead, Anth. I apologize.
No worries. I mean, for what a lot of people don't see or realize is what they would have to do is the government would have to put money into mortgage-backed securities to basically push that rate low. That's how the COVID rates came about, because they were putting about $25 million a month into mortgage-backed securities. They would have to do that again to bring those rates back down to close to COVID levels. And I don't think a lot of consumers actually realize that and how that works. They're just looking at the Fed funds rate and, thinking that's the end all be all. But yes, it will help home equity lines, auto loans, and credit cards, because those are ridiculous. So people could actually probably refinance their vehicle or something like that. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yes, and that takes us into our topic today, really, which is getting back to the basics. The basic of mortgage financing is a pre-approval. You have to get pre-approved to start this game. The problem is folks think we're going to take their first form to complete the pre-approval. And it's not always that tough. Sure, if you're self-employed and you own multiple businesses and you own multiple rentals and there's all kinds of tax return stuff, it can be a little complicated. But for the average Joe, the average, what's the word for girl? We got the Joe. What's the girl side of that?
What's a girl?
Okay. So for average girl and guy out there, it's very basic. It shouldn't be crazy. You're going to call one of us and have 1 or 2 conversations and be able to get pre-approved. Most information you're going to know offhand. You might need a pay stub. You might need a W-2, but it's not going to take a week or a month to get pre-approved. And it is so important to get that information. So important that it's valid for 120 days. There should be no question that if you're even interested in buying a home, get pre-approved.
Yeah, I mean, it literally could take us 5 minutes as long as that person's cooperating. Sometimes we don't want it to take 5 minutes. We're enjoying our conversation with them and we chat it up. It could take 20 minutes, but end all be all, it's a quick process for us. We're able to do it very simply on the phone, in person. Most of the time we do it online, so you don't even need to talk to us. And that's what most consumers do like to do as well. They don't like to talk to us at all. We will talk to them, after we get the pre-approval done to make sure they understand the numbers and what's going on with their loan product and everything. But for that initial interview, a lot of people, they're just like, oh yeah, give me the online form. That's easy enough for me.
And everyone thinks loan officers are scary. I don't know why, but Tom is right. A lot of folks would rather just fill out information online than talking to us, and I don't understand why.
You know what? I think it is more of a convenience thing for them, because they can do that, at their choosing. They're not pressured to do it right at this very second. So they can do it at their leisure when they get home. If they're going to be with their spouse and they're going to be on the loan as well, they can do it together. But they can also upload documents as well, instead of emailing them. So it's a convenience factor for sure, which some people like. Some people would rather do it over the phone and get all the questions answered right then and there, which is totally fine either way. Depending on how long they want to stay on the phone. I could be a talker, so I mean, we might start talking about other stuff besides mortgages, and next thing you know, 45 minutes went by and they're like, well, what the heck? So, but yeah, I mean, every person's going to be different, but the pre-approval is the first step in any mortgage transaction. If you're looking for a house, the first step is getting pre-approved before you start seeing any houses, because you don't know what you're buying until you got pre-approved and shown the numbers.
And can you pull up, the questions? If you can answer these questions, right? We're not here to trick you. If you know your full name, your date of birth, your social security number, where you've been living the last 2 years, where you've been working the last 2 years, how much you currently make, and what you have saved up, call us. We can start talking to you and get your credit pulled and start your pre-approval. If you can answer those 7 questions, you are ready to get pre-approved. Am I wrong, fellas? It's nothing crazy here.
Simple as that. I'd say the hardest thing for people to remember is their social security number. Most people know it, but that's the one thing that you need to know, especially if you're going to speak for, somebody else, you need to know theirs. And I also think that's kind of why some of my clients, they head towards that online application, is they might not know their spouse's information.
Yeah. The older generation, man, they can pound out that spouse's social. Us younger generation, we don't know anything about our spouses. I got some people struggling on date of birth sometimes.
Yeah, I hate to admit it. I had one last night. He didn't know phone number, email, or date of birth, and he said he was going to ask her to get married. So I don't know.
Was he alive? Jeez.
He did have a heartbeat.
Well, you know what? The biggest holdup for people getting pre-approved is the credit pool. And they have, for so long, everybody's credit got dinged for every time they had it looked at. But they have up to 30 days for the credit bureau to shop for the same thing, not saying having your credit pulled multiple times, shopping for the same thing, which would be a mortgage. Under that mortgage code, you have up to that time frame to shop for a mortgage, and it only counts against you one time. So somebody that doesn't want the ability for a second look that we've been offering forever is mind-boggling to me, because you're going to see 20 homes. If it was that easy, you would just pick the first house. But your financing is the most important, biggest decision you're going to make on finance, probably in your lifetime. But you're only going to have one company look at it. It never makes any sense to me, because we do second looks all the time, and some of those options are disgustingly crazy of what some of the lenders are charging as far as fees.
It's very true, guys. It's very true. It's very simple to get started. Give us a call. One phone call will get you on the path to home ownership. And we will see you guys Friday. That's all I got.
See you guys.
Later.
Tom Ryan.